In this video, we are going to go over the Daniel Defense PCC. When I do these videos, this is just like my initial thoughts. I haven't really shot the build a whole ton in its current configuration. It's also not the final configuration of the build. So come on over here. I have everything set up in this Savior bag. You guys have seen this before on my 300 Blackout build, but this is basically the same bag set up just in black. Here's the Daniel PCC. I'm gonna get a can on here. I was shooting it with a can, an Omega. No, it was a Silencer Co can. The back pressure was so high, it was so gassy, it was like melting my eyes, so I had to pull it off. I need a flow through can in order to run it, but this is kind of what things are going to look like for the end of the build. This also isn't the right height. I couldn't find a ScalarWorks mount that would work with this, so I need to either 3D print something to go a little higher so it matches up, or maybe I'll just pull it off altogether. I don't know yet. Anyway, so this is what the build looks like currently, and the other side here, we've got some mags and ammo. Anyway, not about the bag. Let's get shooting the gun just to get some initial thoughts, impressions, and we'll go from there. All right, so we've got the 50 round drum mag. That's kind of fun. Haven't shot that yet. I'm gonna put this out to, let's do 17 feet. It's probably like 7 yards equivalent. And let's kind of just see how it runs. And we'll go from there. I don't know if it's sighted in yet, but I guess we'll find out. Let's take like 5 shots. All right, let's bring it back. Nice. Here's the group. Last shot pulled a little bit. There was 4 or 3, however many I shot, and then the last one. Let's send it back out, maybe 15 feet. The mag feeds pretty well. I guess let's do 30 feet. Push it out a little further and see how we do. That doesn't seem like 30 feet, but we're gonna go with it. Ready? All right, recoil is really manageable. It doesn't feel aggressive at all. Sorry, I'm gonna bring that home. Everything feels really smooth with it. I like it a lot, actually. Even the muzzle device, as it is, feels really comfortable to shoot. It's a birdcage style A2 is what it looks like, and it does a good job of pushing the gas up, keeping the muzzle down. So here's that group right there. Kind of a nice little S shape. Let's push it all the way out. Let's do the max distance, which is 25 yards on this range. Kind of see how we do. I think we got a couple rounds left. All right, let's see. And I might need to sight this in. I haven't sighted it in yet, so let's bring that home. Obviously a little harder to hit at 25 yards where I'm looking at, especially unsighted. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, it was rough. Okay, definitely need to sight this in. The group is fine enough though. I mean, that if it was sighted, it would have all stayed inside of either the first or the second, besides that flyer right there. So let's sight it in, and then I'm gonna push it back out to the 25 yards and see how we do. So for this optic, this is the Trichicon MRO. You can sight it in with a casing. So I'm gonna take a couple shots. Based on that group, I need to come down a little bit. So I'm gonna go down and maybe to the right, 2 or 1 click. Okay, we're gonna go down, I don't know, a bunch of clicks. Let's see what happens. This is really not a good way to do things. And then right, let's try 5. Okay, let's see where that puts us. Out of ammo, let's reload. Very smooth. All right, let's bring this back. See where we are hitting. All right, yeah, pretty for just kind of twisting the dials, that was pretty good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the 5 shots that I took. I'm gonna bring it down just I don't know, a couple more clicks. And then that's pretty centered in where I wanted, and that was 5 over. So I could probably say 5 down, and then we'll be right on. Let's see. Yeah, let's do 7. I did 7 clicks. Okay, push it back out, 25 yards. And I'm gonna shoot that gray center circle. Gave it a couple more. Not sure I did great there, but I guess we'll see. Okay, those are close enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I shot about 9, maybe that one also. So 10 total. Most of them within that. I would say that is right on. That's right where I was aiming. So pretty good. I would say we're sighted in now. Let's run a build drill. See how we do there. We're gonna get the shot timer out, time it, and I'm just gonna go from low ready. That was really bad. We're gonna try again. Here we go, one more time. All right, I just need a little warm up. That's what happened. Embarrassing. Build drill number 1, 192. Build drill number 2. That was my first group, and that was the build drill. Setting at 186. 6 rounds, 186. Pretty good. Not bad. Let's run it again. Bring that back. 6 rounds, 188, and all stacked up again nicely in there. Let's do it one more time. That was only 5. 172, 5 shots. It is what it is. I'm excited to shoot this with a suppressor. I feel like it's gonna be a lot more controllable. Anyway, those 5 shots landed back in that group. So pretty nice. Let's do a little bit further out. So this is 30 feet out. I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna try and shoot as fast as I can, another build drill, but a little bit further away, obviously. So let's see if I can keep the group within one of those circles here. Super bad trigger freeze on my end. That was totally my fault. I think the trigger was doing some stuff to make me believe that maybe it could have been the trigger as well. So we're gonna run that again. But we were successful. We hit all inside of the green, so I can be proud of that, even though it was pretty slow. Let's see, 362. Let's try to beat that and stay in the green. Nope, yep, there was something going on. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened here. I'm gonna check the chamber. Okay, so that round might have been a light primer strike. No, it wasn't hit at all. So there was something going on with the TriggerTech trigger there. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and just say maybe I was messing up a little bit with my finger. So let's try it again. Okay, so the trigger is having some real issues, actually. It's a reset issue, it feels like. Yeah, it's really sticky. Okay, well, that's something. Glad we're doing this test. TriggerTech trigger is having some freezing issues. Not sure exactly what that is, but on the reset, you can't even see it, but it is not resetting all the way. Really, really sticky. Got to push it up to reset it. So that's interesting. I gotta do some investigative work. I'm gonna take apart the gun really quick, see if there's maybe something in there. So TriggerTech's trigger just about called it quits on us. We almost had to make this video really short. For whatever reason, I added some lube, untightened the snug screws, tightened them back down, and now it's working again. I also racked charging handle quite a few times, so I don't know if it dislodged something, some debris that would causing that malfunction, but yeah, that was really weird. I don't know if that's an issue that's common with PCCs, but something I'm definitely going to test more to make sure this is actually a fully reliable trigger system. I've never had any issues with TriggerTech. This is the first time, so glad I caught it on camera. All right, let's go back to that build drill, 30 feet, to make sure that this thing is actually going to run. Try it again, ready? All right. Seems like we're back in action. Those felt really smooth. The trigger was good. 6 shots, 250. Missed a couple times. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I missed all of them, but technically I did not miss. I still hit the target. Let's go out to 45. So we're gonna do 45 feet now, and we still have 1 unshot circle there. So we're gonna run another build drill, 6 rounds. I'm gonna go a little bit slower on this one, not so much for speed, but maybe a little bit of mix of speed and accuracy. I would say that was a 6 out of 10 performance. Let's see how I did. Yeah, kind of how I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these were my first 3 shots, and then I got a little better as I pulled it back into the circle there. Let's try that one again. All right, 6 rounds. Oh, the time on that was 3:16. So 3:12 on that one. A tiny bit faster, but pretty much not. And so these 3 were there. I was pulling a little lower, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6 landed. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, no. These were here, right? I don't know. This is the group though. So yeah, about the same equivalent, but I would say that's actually pretty good. Let's do an accuracy test now. So I'm gonna set up here, try to get as accurate as possible. And this is obviously dependent on how well I zeroed, which you saw was a really quick one. So we'll see how well I actually zeroed here as well. Take like 5 shots. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna call that my group. So now that I know we're shooting a little high left, I can make a micro adjustment here. And let's go to the right. What, maybe 5 clicks? Let's do 6, sure. And then down, what, 3? Let's do 4. Okay, let's try that again. And I'm gonna grab a marker here so I actually know what I'm hitting. All right. That was 7 rounds. So we got our 7 rounds here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that was already there. I think they all landed in this area. But I'm actually gonna start a new group right here, and we're gonna see where we hit. So those ones were slightly to the right, so I might push it back to the left 2 clicks, and let's see where we hit from here. Another 7 rounds. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. So this is my new group here. Again, off to the right. So I'm going to push this to the left, back to where I was, 5 clicks. But all of those are stacking where I want to. So let's run it one more time. Just going to circle these, and this should be closer to where we're trying to get. I actually felt myself pull the first couple, and then I slowed down a little bit. So let's see where those went. Much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe the 5th inside of there. That's right where I was aiming. Those 2 were the ones I felt like I pulled, and those last ones hit where I wanted. So we're sighted in. I would say this is pretty accurate. It feels really easy to shoot. It's whoops. So we did a couple drills, accuracy tests. I would say this is shooting phenomenally. I actually really like the muzzle device that's on there. It's pretty comfortable to shoot. I really like it in this configuration. I like the grip. That's a die-free Co. It's got a really nice angle to it. I love the Radiant Talon. That's pretty much a must upgrade. The trigger tech gave us a little bit of trouble at first, but it magically restored itself. Not sure what happened. I need to do a little more investigative research on why that happened. SBA 4 feels good. Love this light setup. It's just a Surefire Scalp Pro Mini. Actually, the HRF ramp holding the button there makes it really easy to actuate and gives my hands something to rest on. On the bottom here, we have rail scales pretty much all the way around, and then Edgar Sherman design hand stop. So MRO is really nice. I really like it, actually. I'm excited for this magnifier to be the right height. It's an awesome firearm so far. I'm excited to build it out the rest of the way, get a can on there and see how that does. Other than that, thanks for watching.